Okay, so now, ladies and gentlemen, we're back down on the platform here, overlooking this fabulous ballroom. But we're going to challenge Victoria now. This is the 20 questions, Victoria.
Okay, so this is not testing for the audio. This is a test.
This is the test now, yes, indeed. And remember, everybody in America is watching now.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Martin.
Yeah, I'm not putting you under any stress at all. No strain at all. But, of course, the Arthur Murray system does go back a long way. I mean, Arthur Murray himself, 1900?
Well, he started teaching his first lesson, I think it was at the age of 14 anyway. It was 1912. 1912 was his first lesson. Then he started studying under the team of Irene and Vernon Castle, I believe 1915.
Very famous couple, obviously.
Very
brought
famous.
Dancing so much onto stage.
Yes, yes. Yeah. And he learned his dances from them, became quite adept to the tango as well. And then he started teaching dance lessons by mail. You know, he had the second franchise in the world. He had Arthur Murray's was.
The strange thing is, we had a system in this country started by one of the DSI directors, or at least Malcolm's father, or his grandmother, I must say, Peggy Spencer,
well known, of course.
which was the mail system, where all dance teachers used to get new steps by the mail as well.
Yes,
so obviously,
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. So Malcolm and DSI have also got a similar line there. You see.
We don't know who was first, but I believe they did.
I think probably Arthur Murray.
And you know, thousands of people started dancing from that system, buying the system, and then. Came 1938, he opened his first franchise studio, and that was in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Wow. Now, I thought I'd seen a photograph of saying, well, the original Arthur Murray studio was actually in Los Angeles?
I'm not sure of that.
Maybe I'm wrong there.
I think the first franchise studio, but you know, he may have had studios but not franchised it. You know,
yes,
so that's possible. It was in LA.
And the other interesting thing there was he also taught dancing on the radio.
He did.
Yes. Now, what I want you to do, everybody, is close your eyes, and I'm going to take you through a waltz. No, we won't try that.
But he
would never work.
You know, he was an entertainer and a businessman, and that was one of the great things about Arthur Murray and Catherine is when he met Catherine in New York, he did marry her, and they developed this business sense that developed the qualities of the Arthur Murray system now. So he was an entertainer and businessman.
Yeah, and I also believe that he actually taught, first of all, children. His first biggest dance.
Thousands of children.
Thousands, yeah.
Thousands. Well, we're adapting a children's program again, but he did teach thousands of children. And then in the 1950s, this was the biggest thing. It was the precursor really to Dancing with the Stars. If you think about it, 1950s, there was a show called the Arthur Murray Party. And he and Catherine really hosted it mostly, but thousands of people signed up for dance lessons.
It's incredible.
By the week.
And also there, he actually paid for the television shows to start with, I believe, with CBS.
He did. He paid for the sponsors. He taught a lot of celebrities, so he got a great support from the 1950 to 1960.
Yeah, because, folks, he actually paid for 5 programs with CBS, and 12 years later, the program was still running.
Yeah. That's right.
So that's a hell of a lot, 5 programs.
Successful, you know, it's a formula for success he developed.
Yeah, indeed. And, I mean, he's taught many of the top stars as well, and royalty.
Eleanor Roosevelt, okay, I have to be tested on this. He did teach a lot of royalty.
Yes, indeed,
stars.
indeed. But he said a lot of his success with the franchisees was originally from a dance called the Big Apple. Now, you said you were going to show us some of the steps.
Well, you know, they form a circle like an apple, and you have a lot of this, and you know, a lot of the shoulders. So there's a combination. They're not too similar to the, you know, and the Lambeth Walk he also made famous. So that was where I think he sold a lot of franchises after that.
It's amazing. I mean, obviously, because John Travolta came along with Saturday Night Fever and also incredibly sort of launched disco dancing.
Like The Hustle, right? The Hustle, Saturday Night Fever, it launches studio after studio, television show after television show. So he was an entrepreneur.
Yeah, and then unfortunately, obviously, Arthur and Catherine had to, well, they were retired, didn't they? And now we have a new regime at the Arthur Murray.
We do. Mr. Phil Masters. Hi, Phil. He's our chairman. And the baton was passed to him and a couple other gentlemen quite a ways back. But Phil is still running everything, running the ship, and doing a great job.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sure Phil wouldn't mind, or would he mind us telling the people his age?
The young man.
23, 24?
23, yes.
Yeah.
Shall I, Phil?
Yeah, I got you out of that one, Victoria. So, yeah. So
he actually is very proud of it. But
I mean, Arthur Murray's system nowadays, you say there was a lot of franchisees then, but I mean, what do the franchisees get out of Arthur Murray nowadays?
Well, they get the system that Arthur produced or created, which is a package of success. Again, it's a formula for success because we concentrate on the dancing and the business sets. So they have the constant training. You don't come in if you come in as a beginner, you're still a dancer, and you could be a business person.
Yes.
But you come in and we train you to prepare to open that studio. You don't open the studio unless you have.
Yeah, we were talking in the dancing about you have to have this heart and this desire and the feeling together. And I think to make a good dance teacher, the business is very, very important, but you've still got to have your heart, haven't you? You've got to want to and love dancing.
I think you have to love dancing. You have to love people. You do have to love people. You have to have the desire to be a leader, leadership qualities. If you don't have leadership qualities, you develop them.
Well,
really,
yes,
you do.
that's true. And of course, you're taught and helped on how to develop them.
You do, because you have training every day. You have executive training. You have training for new teachers. You have training for the teachers that are there. You have team building training. So everything's developed on a daily basis. If you do that consistently as a franchisee or as a teacher, you're a success. You'll succeed.
Brilliant. And we have got another young lady, Lisa, who's waiting on the balcony. I'm watching now. And we'll be interviewing Lisa in a few minutes' time, and she'll be telling us all of the inside knowledge of Arthur Murray, not from their ambassador, from the mouth of a person who's got 5 studios. So we'll see you again in a few minutes, folks. Thanks very much.